brute force or exhaustive search algorithm is the exact pattern finding algorithm. We call it as exhaustive search also because it is exhaustive, because it tries for all possibilities. So it searches everywhere. So you are guaranteed to get the occurrences of the patterns in the text if it is there, but you have to search everywhere. So you will be exhausted. So that is why it's exhaustive search algorithm. For the task with many possibilities, brute force will take too much time. It searches patterns by going through the whole sequence, nucleotide per nucleotides. Always shifts the window by exactly one position to the right. In case if it gets a mismatch, it shifts to the right, and that requires 2n expected, like 2 times the length of the string, which is the t, and not the pattern here. So it actually does these number of comparisons. So if your string size is, for example, 4, it will make those 8 comparisons. So in this way, it keeps on increasing as the length grows. So twice the length of the text. That is the complexity. When a mismatch occurs, a comparison stops and starts again by moving the pattern exactly one position forward. So here is our algorithm. So we have a function brute force, 2 arguments, t, which is our text, and the second one is p, which is pattern. N records the length of t, and m records the length of p, and we start with a for loop. So that goes from 0 to n minus m. For example, we have m, which is of length 10, and this should go or n, in this case n is of length 10. Now we have p, which is of length 5, for example. So it will go from up till here, no more than that. So n minus m means we want to avoid this kind of situation, right? So it will go for the positions starting from 0 to n minus m, which is in this case 5. So it will compare till that position. So do if p 1 through m is equal to t s plus 1 and through s plus m. So what we are saying here is we start with nucleotide number 1 of the pattern, and we go up till its whole length. And here we will take the first nucleotide. In case of for the text, since we started with 0, so we need to add 1 over here. So it's 0 plus 1, that is the first nucleotide is compared. Then up till we will compare till the last nucleotide of that pattern. So if we find the patterns, occurrence of the pattern, we will put that here. So we can say that pattern occurs at position s plus 1. Since we are starting our loop with 0, that's why it will be s plus 1. So let's elaborate this with this example. We are having a text that is of length 14. We are having a pattern of length 6. So we start with aligning the first nucleotide of the pattern with the first nucleotide of the text. So we see that everyone matches except this 6th character. So that 6th character actually mismatches. So we move one character towards the right, and now we say that first character actually mismatches. So we move further till our first on the pattern matches to the 3rd on the text. So if we look into the index, so that is actually index number 2, since our loop is starting with 0. So please keep track of it. Then we see that the 3rd character again mismatches. The 2nd in the pattern and the 3rd, the 4th actually in your text. So that is the 2nd character mismatches. We keep on doing that and keep on moving the pattern 1 nucleotide ahead. So in the end, we see that we have found the exact pattern which is matched. So it is matched at index 7 and from position 7 onwards. So p is the substring of t, so that is present between 7 to 12. So as a result, we found that sequence t contains the pattern with 6 moves. So s is equal to 6, and we conclude that the pattern p is inside t at 8th position. The drawback of this approach is that there is a repetitive use of residues in comparison. So in this way, our complexity goes to O m into n. So that is which makes it really slow. So it is the multiple of length of pattern versus the length of your text. So in this case, your complexity is high. So brute force is an exhaustive search method which takes long because it compares each nucleotide with each of the pattern with each nucleotide on the text.